Welcome to Everybody Studios. I'm Meredith Dean, your host for Everybody in Charlotte, where we highlight incredible people in the Queen City. And today I have Dr. Cassidy Smith with me. She's the founder of Skyn Elegant Aesthetics, and she is one of the only female physician-led practices in Charlotte. So welcome. I just adore you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. And the other thing is, I feel like you've really revolutionized my life a lot in 2024. I came to you with so many acne concerns. My skin was the worst it had ever been. Not getting too personal, but I have a lot of issues with my hormones, and I had gotten on birth control briefly, and I was just a mess. And then also weight-wise, I was the heaviest I had been, and you made me feel so comfortable when I came in, and your whole team, and I'm just very grateful for you.
My team is amazing. I really couldn't do it without them, and that makes me so happy that you feel that way. That's literally our goal for all of our patients, making you feel good inside and out. It's just incredibly important because when you can shine from the inside, it's even more beautiful.
Exactly. And, I'd been on this health journey for a while, but I came in being able to ask you all of these questions. And also there are so many different things I was doing in my diet that weren't great. Amanda Legg, who works with you guys, who is just, she does
Fantastic.
the best, she's incredible, does the best facials.
Magic hands.
literally just, magic hands, but also really helped me with understanding if I had too much dairy in my diet or if I was drinking Celsiuses, which I was all the time.
Alani?
Yep. Apparently some of that biotin is also helping me have more breakouts. So,
yes. She's like a specialist in all that. She breaks down everybody's diet so we can get down to the root cause of the acne, not just like treating it superficially. And yeah, all the freaking energy drinks everybody's drinking is just breaking people out. It's definitely a factor that people don't realize.
Well, I want to learn more about you and what brought you to Charlotte, and then maybe something that makes Skyn very different than other places that people could go to.
Yes. So I came to Charlotte. I'm from West Virginia originally, and I came to Charlotte because some of my family lived here, and I always loved visiting the big city, coming from my little small town. So I just love the area. I love Lake Norman. I love the vibrancy of the city. So I came here for work because I wanted to get into the aesthetics field. It's always been my dream to be an aesthetics physician. I know I wanted to be a doctor from when I was little. And then I wanted to be, in the fun industry where it was people come to you by choice, not because they're sick, but because they choose you. And I think that's really important. And so we wanted to make a place that was worthy of being chosen as well. So that's what I feel like we've created at Skyn. It's just a place, we are female-led and driven, nothing against the guys, but we have found that a lot of places have like older men just telling you what to do with your skin, your face, and your body. And we wanted a place where you could speak for yourselves. So we
and you feel comfortable coming in. That's something I feel like you guys have understood my concerns because maybe you've been through it yourselves.
Absolutely. All of us are at different stages in our life, the people that work there. So we're all kind of going through different journeys. And that's what we like to talk to our patients about. Like, hey, if you're experiencing this, hey, I did this too. Or this is what helped me. Or this didn't help me. And so we're very transparent with what we're going through, but it's like we like to say we get you because we are you, but it's actually true.
And speaking of transparency, I was able to talk to you guys about, I'm only 5'5", and I feel like women don't talk about their weight enough, but I was 5'5", and I was almost 180 pounds at my highest weight here. And luckily, I had lost about 20 or so pounds, 15 pounds on my own, but I got to a point where I plateaued and I just felt like I could not lose this weight. And then you talked about semaglutide, which, I would love for you to kind of talk about the misconceptions that people have about it. And then as soon as I posted about it, and you guys, everyone came out of the woodwork saying they've been on this.
Yes. And so first of all, props to you for speaking about it, because I feel like there's so many things like about the weight and just our body image in general that's like in the closet. And it shouldn't be. Like, we're all going through our own journeys. I had a baby, so still being postpartum. It's, we're all going through our own challenges and insecurities. So the semaglutide is Ozempic, okay? Everybody and their mom has heard about it at this point. It's just a generic form. So it's really good for people like you that are still active, because you're clearly active. You're trying to do everything you can, but you just have some of that stubborn weight that will not go away.
It's the worst.
All of us. It's like, who wants to experience that?
Especially when you're working out and you're trying to live this healthy lifestyle and you're active all the time, and then you're still not seeing it come off.
Very disheartening.
Yes.
So this can kind of give you the little extra nudge to get that little bit off. It slows down your digestive system, so you feel full longer. You have less cravings, and as I think you said, your friend said, which I love this, and I've totally stolen this line a million times, it quiets all the food noise.
It
which
quiets
is
the food noise. And a lot of us grew up, especially in Southern households, where it's
yes.
like the clean plate club. Eat everything on your
Yep.
plate, but really it's also about portion control. And then what I like is I'm feeling fuller faster, and I'm not
Yes.
thinking about, man, I really wish I could have that last little thing on the plate.
I
I'm
know.
actually full.
We have to relearn how we've been brought up a lot of times, and American portion size is out of control. We know that, but that's what we're used to. So we have to relearn that, like that last little bite. Like this medicine helps you eat what you're supposed to be eating.
Exactly. I feel like this is how it should have been all this whole time.
It's like, what have I been missing my whole life?
Right?
And it's not the perfect drug, and I don't want to advertise it as so, because there's definitely side effects, but it is very helpful for the right person.
Exactly. And it's not about being on it forever. I mean, the point is getting to where you need to be, but then continuing those healthy habits you learned before you got on it.
Absolutely. And, it's a diabetes medication originally. That's what it was made as. So those people are on it forever. So technically, could you be on it forever? Yes. But most of my weight loss people don't want to be on that forever. And I don't want people to be on unnecessary medication forever as well. So I like to use it as a tool for you to rework how you think about food, how you judge your portion control, and then we can find a way to work you off of it as well.
And this is also not an ad, by the way, at
Yeah.
all for Ozempic or
I wish it
semaglutide.
was. Hey.
But I really love talking about, let's also talk about the misconceptions, because, the first thing I was afraid of was Ozempic butt or Ozempic face. Can you talk about what that is?
Yes. Okay. Ozempic butt and face, some of my favorite terms. It can have, so pretty much people are just talking about anytime you lose a lot of weight in a short amount of time, a lot of times you do see it in your face. So anytime we lose any amount of weight, we can see it in our face. Some people are more prone to that. Some people, if you have a friend that gains 5 pounds, sometimes they gain it here, sometimes they gain it in their butt. It just depends.
Yes.
So everybody's different. So you have people that have got on these medications, lost 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds over year, half a year, whatever it is, and they start to notice it in their face. They feel like they lose all of the volume in their face. They look old, which that's because we have fat in our face. The one place we don't want to lose it is probably our face. So that is a misconception, but it also does hold some truth. Okay. Anytime we lose weight, that can happen. Now, that being said, we can help that by, we have different procedures in office that we can do, whether that be fillers, Morpheus 8, Sculptra, all of those things can help with that. But sometimes people do experience the Ozempic face. Same with Ozempic butt, unfortunately.
But it's anytime you are losing a ton of weight,
Yes.
so whether it's Ozempic or
Absolutely.
something else.
Yes, and a lot of times people, when they're on these medications, if they're not working out to try to maintain that muscle mass, that would be like the Ozempic butt. So, I always talk to you about trying to work out, stay on the
Yes.
squats, lunges, deadlifts, whatever is
It's
your...
a lot of weight training, which is what I'm leaning on
key.
now. Yeah.
Absolutely, because we want you to keep the muscle mass so you burn more calories, and it's just better all the way around.
Oh, we love it. We love it. And if
no
people,
Ozempic butt for us.
we are not having the
No,
Ozempic
we are
butt.
not doing that. We're
Absolutely not. And I love that we've also been doing these Instagram lives too, where
Yes.
people have been able to ask questions. But say someone is kind of scared about it, they're not sure, what would they do if they try to get in contact with you?
So I would say just schedule a consultation, because we need to go through a full history of your medical history, what your goals are, what your expectations are. If all of those things don't line up, you might not be the right person for it. So it's truly not just throwing it to everybody, because everybody's not a candidate for it. It's really seeing where you are in your journey and how I can help you. And this is just one of the tools that we have.
I love it. And so you have that free weight loss consultation, also a
Yeah.
free skin consultation if you do have, for me, I had a lot of acne scarring coming into that. I mean, you guys really kind of cover the whole gamut of things.
We try.
But not to mention, it's in a really beautiful area. I mean, when I came in for the first time, it was just a beautiful space and office. And I mean, you also can tell the little touches that you put in there with female-owned businesses.
Yes.
So I don't know if you want to talk about maybe some of the female-owned businesses that you brought into the space.
Yes, I used Pretty Honest Shop for the candle. So we have all these female body-shaped candles, different sizes, different shapes, and everybody loves them when they come in. So we have that on our shelf near all of our skincare.
Who ironically
So
came on the last Everybody in
That's so
Charlotte
great.
episode.
So she played basketball at the same college I played basketball at. So I've known her for years. That's why I got the candles for her. She's amazing. We love Andrea.
Women supporting women
Yes.
in real life and in
Yep.
sales. You're just
Absolutely.
amazing. And then also you have this beautiful butterfly or angel wings
Oh my gosh.
when you first walk in.
Yes, that's from the Savage Way. Miss Tori Savage hooked us up with the most beautiful moss wings you can stand in front of and get your picture. Like, as soon as I knew that I was like getting my own space and like I was putting it all together, I knew I had to have the moss wings. I don't know why that was so important to me.
Like, I will have them in
And
here.
I was like, can you make this up for me? Like, I'm dying for it. So yes, it turned out perfectly. I absolutely love those. The Savage Way is bomb.
They are awesome, and they will be
Truly.
on another episode in the future. And she
okay.
came with me to Bali, so I mean,
that's right.
everyone is connected.
It's a small world.
It's wild. And then tell me more about, we've talked about some female-owned businesses, but are there some places in Charlotte that you love to go to?
Ooh, places in Charlotte that I love to go to. So my favorite thing, I used to live right in Uptown, and my favorite thing was just hopping on the scooters and bopping around the city. And I know that sounds crazy, but I had so much fun just going in and out, like French Quarter, just all the places. I was probably like an absolute like terror on those things to people, but I was like ringing my little horn to get out of the way. I loved it.
I love it. And that's not crazy at all because I ended up buying a scooter because I love them so much and I live in Uptown.
Jealous.
Well, they're off Amazon. You can just go get a scooter. And it's amazing the amount of money I've saved on Ubers and just driving.
My bird fee,
Yes.
I had all the different apps on there. I was like ready to go. So y'all probably saw me like buzzing by you.
And they go fast, like 25 miles an hour.
We should probably wear a helmet.
Yes, we should. Yes, we should. We are advocating for helmets
That's
here.
right. Helmets first, everybody.
But definitely beat bopping around on the scooter. Are there any places that you love to go get dinner, get drinks?
So I think obviously for reviews, I love merchant and trade just to go out and about. So all my friends that come out of town, I always bring them there because I feel like that's like quintessential Charlotte. Like you just go there. It's good vibes. It's beautiful. You feel kind of like posh when you go there. So I love that. I'm trying to think where else would I like. Okay. The Crunkleton. That's really
so
close.
good. Oh my gosh.
Obsessed.
Great
Chicken
choice.
sandwiches.
They're right around the corner.
I know.
From Everybody
I saw
Studios,
that. That's
too.
when I was like, I need to go back. I haven't been there in a while.
Maybe that's where we'll go after this.
That would be great.
I love that.
I do
Yay.
too. So those are some of my favorites. Let me think. What else do I like? I like going to the games.
Yes.
Loved going to both like the baseball games and the football games, walking to the basketball games. Like, I love the city when there's a game in town. It is so vibrant. Like, never take things out of the city center. I think it would hurt the city, and I love them there. It
It
gets
just
like a
feels
little
so
spark.
alive. Yes. So much spark. I love it.
Yes.
And then what are any of the things that we have not talked about so far that maybe something is on your heart? Maybe it's something you just want people to know or a piece of advice?
So I think in general, like a misconception about aesthetics is that we want everybody to look overfilled and fake and not like themselves. And that is literally the opposite of our mantra at Skyn. We want everybody to look like their best self. So I want to keep you as close to looking exactly like you do now, just a little bit better. I want to keep you natural. I want to respect your natural anatomy. Like, I want to do everything that just people think like, wow, she looks really, very well rested. You know, nothing fake about it. And I want to get that misconception away because there's so many things we can do now that are totally natural, that are dependent on your body's natural collagen, that can really boost how you look. And like, that's what we want to key on. We don't want to be like this overfilled, overplumped, overly fake look. That's just not what we're going for at Skyn.
And you can even see that with the people that work there. I think that's another thing is like, I mean, all of you are just beautiful, wonderful humans inside and out. And I've experienced that being at Skyn. And I appreciate that you guys are focused on that natural beauty.
Definitely. An individual beauty too. Like, there's not a cookie cutter way. Like, different people want to look different ways, and that is perfectly fine. And I think our uniqueness is our beauty. So I really do want to keep people looking like themselves. And I think people think we want to, it's all fake and stuff. And it's really not, or it doesn't have to be.
I love that. That was a perfect way to end this episode here. I so appreciate you being here. Dr. Cassidy Smith, make sure that you guys go check them out on Instagram. They are at...
We're Skyn Elegant Aesthetics and Dr. Cassidy Smith.
Awesome. So once again, it has been another great episode from everybody in Charlotte at Everybody Studios. If you want to host your own podcast or do your own creative project, you can do that right here off Park Drive. Thank you so much. Once again, I'm Meredith Dean, and we'll see you next week for another episode of Everybody in Charlotte.